Give you some advice right now, brother. You should always sidewalk in Tekken. You should never sidestep. If you sidestep, you're gonna get clipped a lot. You should be always walking. That's one thing I learned from Korean players from back then, like Holman and Rain. What they taught me, they taught me that you should always sidewalk in Tekken. If you just step, you're gonna get clipped a lot. Sidestep is only meant to be done when somebody does a quick poke and you want to just sidestep and launch something really quick. So if somebody does some shit like this, right? I'll give you an example. See, I punished them, right? That's the only reason why you should just sidewalk. You see, I'm just sidestepping and then hop kicking. You see that? That's the only reason why you should sidestep. Sidestep, yeah. The issue with doing that is obviously if somebody has like a quick homing move, you're gonna get hit on counter hit and clapped. But that's why sidewalking is better, because if you sidewalk, you can evade a lot of shit, and you can also just block. So that's why. Yeah, what's up, everybody? How y'all doing? So yeah, that's the reason why you should just if you're gonna sidestep, yeah. Yeah, so don't sidestep. If you just sidestep, you're gonna get clipped by mad shit. But if you sidewalk, you can evade a lot of shit. You know, so that's how you should play. That's how you should move in Tekken. That's how you should move in Tekken. Huh, man. I sidestep block only because I don't like to commit to sidewalk. You should just commit to sidewalk, bro. You should literally just commit to sidestep. Plus, you a Mishima player. You get so much advantage if you sidestep something. Anytime you sidestep something, you get an electric. That's what, honestly, when it comes to Mishima players, I don't really understand why Mishima players just go meets out all the time. You literally have a long range whiff punish that's plus frames on block. Like, I don't understand why y'all just don't wait for just space and wait for whips and electric. Like, y'all could get so much free launchers, but every Mishima player just wants to do 50-50s all day and go ape shit. Which makes no sense when Mishimas have like the best punishment in the game. Like, anytime somebody whiffs, you get a full combo. And people are gonna whiff in Tekken 8 because everybody mashes so much. Y'all don't see how much whiff punishment I get with Lee? I get so much whiff punishment with Lee because how much people mash and go crazy. One of the changes I always wanted with Lee is this. You know this move? I wanted that to be a full combo. But I guess people thought that was too cheap. Even though I don't think it's that cheap. I think this should be, I always wanted that to be a full combo. Because Lee doesn't have a long range whiff punisher or like a combo thing. You know, to get a combo. You know? Like this is okay, right? The issue with that shit is that the range is kind of not that great. And if you mess up the punish, you gain launch. And another thing that I don't like the instant bound shit. When other characters could just whiff punish you and get a full combo into bound and cook you. Is one misstep 3+4? Nah, the range is ass on that shit, bro. The range sucks on that shit. If it was like Violet's Tekken Tag 2 Cruzat kicks, then sure, that shit was godlike. That shit went from like half screen and it did mad damage. So if it was like that, it'll be dope. But his shredder kick is nerfed, bro, in this game. You see this, right? You do this. See that? In Tekken 6, if you did a single shredder kick like this, he got a full combo off of it. And it was mad safe. This shit like this by itself was like -10. So what I used to do, bro, I used to do single shredder kick and then duck and then launch. That was a setup that I had. But they nerfed that shit. You said the range of down forward 2 isn't good? Nah. But it crushes highs though. So if somebody's mashing jabs up close, down forward 2 is good. But like you gotta be careful with Lee's down forward 2 because the range on that shit sucks. But it's good to high crush if somebody just mashing jabs all day. Why not? It's a good thing just to throw out. Yeah, DF2. But yeah, man. Lee has a lot of good shit. It's just that he's really hard to play in this game because you have to play mad aggressive, but the only reason why you play mad aggressive is to get somebody to swing back on you. But if you playing somebody with godlike movement and spacing, and that's just playing defense, it's gonna be hard. Cause the way I beat Lee, I just play keep out, sidestep to his weak side and block. And Lee is kind of free like that because Lee's chip damage is not really that great. Like, yeah, Lee could do running 3-4 and try to chip damage you all day, but the issue with that is that obviously you could float him out of it, and two the shit don't track, right? So it's like there's no reason not to sit there and block on Lee. There's really not no reason. What the fuck is he gonna do? He's gonna do running 3-4 all day? That shit is mad risky to do. You get jabbed out of it, you could sidewalk, and then he's tied into Hitman when he does it. So when you go into it, for him to really have plus, you have to go into Hitman. And Hitman is more of a, he don't really get a mix up off of Hitman. You have to condition a lot to go into you really have to condition to go into Hitman. So that's what makes it hard to do stuff in Hitman. Like when I use Hitman with Lee, let's say I do running 3+4, I'll do shit like Hitman up forward 3. The reason why I do that is in case you duck, in case you do a punch parry or some shit like that, I'll hit you with that. And then I'll do Hitman 1+2. And then when you block Hitman 1+2, I could either do punch parry, high crush. So you have to do a lot of like hard read type shit. Like kind of like super duper mind games out of Hitman, just to condition somebody. So that's one of the things with him, is that he has one of the few running moves in the game that he doesn't really get a free 50-50 off of. It's kind of just there to make somebody block. A lot of stuff that people do against Lee too is they react to Lee weird, right? When Lee's in Hitman, a lot of people either punch parry or raw duck, and the reason why they punch parry is because of Hitman 1+2 and Hitman jab, and they duck because of Hitman 3 and Hitman 4, right? So that's why Hitman 043 be hitting so much. But to be real with you, like there's really no reason to duck against Lee when he does Hitman shit. Because honestly, once you block it, and if he does Hitman 1+2 or Hitman 043, you could just like the turn is resetted again, and you don't really need to keep swinging into it. But a lot of people make it easier for Lee when they hard read into shit that they don't need a hard read into. You could just hold back and you be alright. It's not like dragging off of Victor, where Victor could just do running 2 on you and just keep looping you. Lee is kind of like running 3-4, hit you one time, and then it's reset. And like, you know how Dragon will be like running 2, jab, running 2, down 2. Like he could keep going on your toes. Lee kind of just loses his turn. And for Lee to keep going with plus, he's limited. He has to go into Hitman. Hitman stance makes him more plus, but Hitman stance is a very limited, is very limited. So there's not much he can do in Hitman stance besides like 1 or 2 or 3 different things. He said very slowly with Lee. You gotta, honestly, bro, you gotta just play the way I do and just keep making people block stuff while using keep out. You just have to be annoying with Lee. Too many people try to play Dragunov style Lee where they just smash back 3-3 and try to open you up all day. You don't need to do that. You just need to annoy, do some chip damage shit, and just play lame as fuck. And just keep setting up counter hits. That's all you need to do. It's just read a button, read a button, read a button. Lee is not built for 50-50s. He really doesn't have great 50. He has some 50-50s, right? Like the little slide joint. And somebody's gonna guess a low. You know, you could poke him with 3-3, 4-2-1, down 4-4-4, 1+2, down 2. So he has stuff like that. But like, he's not really a 50-50 guy, because his mix-ups don't do a lot of damage outside of this. Outside of this and of that. So that's why people just raw guess against him. But I feel like Lee players focus too much on trying to mix up his pokes that they end up getting killed. Because it's not in Lee Chalan's favor to be mixing up pokes. He doesn't get enough damage. All his shit is chip damage. But you know, I'm Grizz. I got you either later today or tomorrow. You said making an anti-Lee guide. I kind of did it already. You should check out the is Lee S tier video. This is what I think. You should check that video out, because that's literally an anti-Lee guide. That video, I show all the strengths of Lee, and I also show all the weaknesses of him. So that's like the perfect video to watch. I hope the new season 2 move's gonna be fire. But yeah, that's an anti-Lee guide. I literally say all the weaknesses of Lee in that video. Like, don't get me wrong, he's good. But he's like, he's to me, he's the most overrated character in the game. Yeah, he's the most overrated character in the game. Because his whole mind game is making hard reads and trying to fish for counter hits the whole game. The funny part is, everybody that plays Lee, no offense, they don't use his strengths. Everybody just 50-50s with him and goes apeshit crazy. No offense to people that play Lee, but that's what I learned when I did the whole let's react to Lee players. The little series that I was reacting to every single person that played Lee. Every single person that I reacted to literally just goes apeshit crazy with Lee and doesn't even do counter hit setups or keep out or nothing. Like, everybody plays like that. So, you know, it's like one of those things. I feel like nobody really understands how the way you're supposed to play him. Yeah, he plays to Lee's strengths, but he still has the same weakness he always had, where he relies too much on down forward 1, down 3 too much. So he gets clapped because of that shit too. But yeah, he plays better than everybody else, but that's because he has fundamentals. But he still does the down forward 1, down 3 shit way too much. So, like, he's almost there, but, you know, it's more like a fundamental thing. It's not really like, yo, you know, this guy is like super amazing Lee specialist type of dude. He's just good at Tekken. So it's almost there, but, you know, he still lacks the counter hit game. But he doesn't play bad. Obviously, he plays good. I don't know. You should go look him up. I'm not friends with him, so. Like, questions like that, you could just Google him or go to his YouTube or some shit and figure that out. I don't live in Korea. I don't know what happened to him. He just plays poking, yeah. So Help Me just plays poking, but it's not bad. It's good. He plays good, but everybody else is kind of just like meets out. He said the way I play Lee is really fucking difficult. I know that is. That's why when I say, that's why I don't think Lee is that great, because it's like it forces you to try to play like me, and I know playing like me is super duper fucking hard, because I'm literally just micro reading buttons 24/7, and a lot of people are not really good at micro reading buttons. So like that's why I wouldn't suggest for somebody to play Lee. Because you literally, because that's the thing too, like a lot of people don't like the way I play Lee, and some people think the way I play Lee is not effective because they try to copy my playstyle and it doesn't work for them. But the reason why it doesn't work for them is because people are not very good at reading buttons. They're not good at reading timing, and to play Lee at the highest level of play, you need to be really good at reading buttons. If you're not, then it's not gonna work out for you. So that's why I tell people, you know, there's some people be like, yo, I don't like the way you play. You know, the way you play is not very effective. No, it's not effective for them though. That's the thing though too. A lot of people try to mimic the way I play and it just doesn't work. Because my play style is very, very fundamental based. To be able to read buttons and timings, you have to have really good fundamentals. You can't just like go ape shit, you know. You said what would be easier to play, Law and Shaheem? Shaheem is easier than Law for sure. You said that's why you getting your ass handed to you? I'm gonna be real with you, bro, on some dead ass shit. I just play to the character strengths, man. That's what I was taught. The way I was taught Tekken, and then people that taught me, they was like, yo, GM. That's what the Koreans taught me. They'd be like, yo, the best way to play Tekken is to play by your character's strengths. Don't play by your character's weaknesses. So I give you an example. You see how Lee has weak 50-50s and his tracking is not that good? You know what that means? That means you shouldn't focus on 50-50s too much with Lee. You should focus on what's good with him, right? And what's good with him is his block punishment and his counter hit baiting. So you should stick to that. He has good keep out. He has good counter hit buttons. He has good pokes and spacing. So that's what you should focus on. I feel like too many people's issues in Tekken is they focus on their character's weaknesses too much and just abuse their weaknesses. If your character's not good at 50-50s, you shouldn't be forcing 50-50s. If your character doesn't have good counter hit buttons, you shouldn't be focusing on counter hit buttons. You should just focus on what makes your character good and just beat people up based on what makes your character good. And kind of hide the holes of your character. So like you see for example, when y'all see me play, y'all notice I don't really go for 50-50s like that, right? The reason why is because by not going for 50-50s, I hide my character's holes. So it makes it seem like Lee is OD because I'm not playing into his weaknesses. You get what I'm saying? So it makes it like when you fight me, it's like, yo, like this Lee is mad cheap. I can't block right and I can't really guess right on him and this and that. And it's because I'm not playing into the character's weakness. You know, I don't play into his weakness. His 50-50 always been weak though. He's never been a good 50-50 character. In Tekken 8, I mean in Tekken 7, people thought, you know, his 50-50 obviously was better because of slide knockdown while staying 2-3. But even then, that shit wasn't the greatest 50-50. And the reason why it wasn't the greatest 50-50, while staying 2-3 wasn't a full combo. And 3, Lee, if you block Lee's slide, you get a full combo. So it was just a risky 50-50 that he doesn't benefit from trying to loop somebody day in, day out. You have to hit somebody like 4 or 5 times while staying 2-3 into 4-4-3 to kill him. Kill somebody. So it wasn't a really good 50-50 because you could fuzzy guard it and all types of shit. There was a lot of holes to it. You said how do as a scrub? If it depends what character you play. If you could tell me what character you play, I could tell you your character's strengths and weaknesses. But yeah, just tell me what character you play and I could help you, because I don't know every single detail, every single character. You play Claudio, your character's strengths is bullying people. And bullying people to the extent where it gets people like kind of antsy to press. So Claudio has really good 50-50s and he's really good at breaking down turtles because of running 2, all-star burst chip damage. So in general, you should be going ham with Claudio. His strength is his offense. He doesn't have really good keep out and he doesn't really play well from a distance. So he's a bully character. The thing with Claudio is that you gotta bully people and then also mix up bullying people with crushing people. He has really good crushes with his short you can move and stuff of that nature. So you gotta bully, man. You gotta bully and they get people scared to press back. So you gotta be meets out pretty much. You gotta be ham. You gotta do dumb shit like fucking generic low on hit into raw hop kick, sidestep 4, sidestep back 1, running 2. Like, you just gotta go ham with him, honestly. You gotta go ham while making somebody scared to press back. Yeah, you gotta go you gotta go ham with him. That's just his strength. He's mad scary up close. Claudio players be getting clapped because they too predictable running 2 and shit like that. But yeah, Claudio is supposed to ham you out. He doesn't really benefit from blocking and punishing like that. Because his punishment is alright, but it's not good enough for you to just sit there. And plus, he doesn't have the best get off me buttons. Like stuff like down forward 2 is mad slow. Like down forward 2 is like what, 15-16 frames? And then his magic 4, you gotta commit to it and for him to get a combo off of that shit, right? So he doesn't have the best get off me shit. So that's why when a character doesn't have the best get off me shit, you kind of have to go ham. You gotta go ham. He doesn't really have anything to like, you know, no, like his crushes ain't that great. Well, the short you can move is really good, but it's only really good if he goes into Starburst, right? So stuff like that is cheesy when he's in Heat or is in Starburst. But you have to be in Heat or for him to have Starburst for him to start crushing highs and mixing up sidestep forward with that shit to fuck you up. So like characters like him, you have to learn how to bully. Plus use his crushing when he's in Starburst. You said what's a lead 50-50? Slide into while staying 2-3. That's a 50-50. So stuff like that. Any like quick low pokes like back 3-3, down 3, down back 3. You mix that up with standing 3-3, down 4-1, 4-2-1 hit confirm, down 4-4-4, 1+2. Hitman 4. You mix that up with Hitman up 4-3. If you start doing slower lows like down back 3, down back 3+4, you want to mix that up with 1+2, back 4. Quicker low pokes like down 3, down 4, back 3-3. You want to mix up with 3-3, down 4-1, 4-2-1 hit confirm. down 2. So you have to, his 50/50s is all chip damage stuff. But you have to remember, Tekken is all, you should be mixing up slower lows with slower mids, right? So if I'm doing down back 3 and I see you start ducking it, I could back for you because it's the same speed. Same with 1+2 and stuff like that. But in general, you shouldn't be really focused on 50/50s like that. But if somebody starts blocking your lows, those are the moves you start doing. You get what I'm saying? But it's not something you should focus on anyway. You should just be making people block shit and then just setting up counter hits. And if somebody just holding back and playing too defensive, just do chip damage shit like running 3-4, 4-4-2-1, 4-4-2 just frame. Do that, and then do this to if they start ducking the second hit. So it's a lot of that. You said what I learned that from experience. Once you start playing a lot of high level players that start once you start playing a lot of high level players that just fuzzy guard, then you know to use real mix-ups. You learn what a real mix-up is. But like I said, Lee's not really a character that you should focus on 50/50ing a lot. But when somebody starts blocking your shit, then you know what moves to do. Like if somebody starts blocking your Hitman 4, then they should start doing Hitman that. So if somebody starts ducking that, you know to do that. If people start ducking your quick shit like down 3, back 3, you know to start doing your hit confirm stuff, you know. Like it's pretty, like Tekken is a lot more simpler than what people think. I think people overcomplicate Tekken too much. Like people overcomplicate this joint way too much to the point that it makes it like very, it confuses you. But this game is a lot more simpler, man. Once you get in your head that you should play your character to their strengths, the game becomes a lot easier. When you start focusing on a character's weaknesses and play too much to their weaknesses, that's when the game becomes very complicated for you. So always play by your character's strengths. So you have to find out what's your character's strengths and just focus on that. And that's how you could get better at the game. And you will start climbing up ranks a lot more once you start focusing on that a lot more.